Good morning. We are in Ruth chapter 1, verses 15 through 22 today, going on page 36. So if you haven't read it, go ahead and pause the video now and read it. So in verse 15, we see that Orpah went back to her people and her gods. So the question here is, do you encourage your friends and family to go back to their old ways, or do you encourage them to follow God? Ruth was at a major crossroads here. It's easier to stay sometimes, and it's easier to go. But honestly, I feel like it's easier to quit and start something new. When something gets hard in my life, I find it easier to just stop and start something new and move on. But does God really call me just to take the easy pass? Think about that. Often, doing the right thing is going to be the harder choice. So we have to be prepared for that. Ruth made a big commitment. What did she promise? She said, where you go, I'll go. Where you stay, I'll go. Where you die, I'll die. Ruth was committed. She had a bold loyalty. Have you ever made a big commitment? If so, what was it? And what are you doing to keep it right now? Have you ever been tempted to quit? There are times that God will move us on, but sometimes He calls us to endure even through the difficulty. So ask God for guidance and willingness to do what He instructs. Now we go down to verses 19 through 22. We see Naomi's mood shift here. She blames God for her trials. It was her and her husband's choice to leave Moab. She followed her husband there. Do you tend to blame God for your difficult situations? Maybe you're going through something right now. Have you blamed God for what's going on in your life? See, Naomi had her life, a loyal daughter-in-law in the Lord, but she wasn't focused on God's goodness in her life. Do you need to readjust and point others to Christ? Even if you're going through a traumatic experience, listen, I understand it's hard. Be willing to believe that God had your back even through those difficulties. And realize that your quiet time is not over until you share this with a friend. Thank you. Have a great day.